Welcome to this Easy Computer Fixes channel, and of course we are looking at the beginning of the month. We always look at the market share of the different operating systems around the world for the month before. So for March 2019, of course, Android on top at 38.11% of devices. It's not very far from Windows. And if we look at what it was last month, it was at 36.5. It kind of grew by 1.5%. Something did happen here because it did grow. And it is interesting because but the amount of devices out there, I have a hard time with that number, 38.11, because I do think there are way more Android devices around the world than Windows devices. But I don't know. It's kind of interesting. They're very, very close here at 38.11, but that's 1.5% more than last month. If we look at Windows at 37.41, it grew by about 1.5%, close to 1.5% also. So both grew quite a lot, and this is interesting. Of course, that Windows portion probably grew a lot due to Windows 10 PCs that are converted, but this is the overall Windows. It's all the versions of Windows together at 3741. iOS, which is the iPhone, iPads, is down there at 13.77%. It was at 13.99% last month. That's within the margin of error of these numbers, so it's pretty much stable. We can't really use that number and say it grew or it fell or it's pretty much the same. Mac OS 10, 6.72%. That was 6.37 last month. That means it grew a little bit. And of course, there's unknowns in Linux. Linux at 0.83 of all devices. I would think that there are some Linux stuff in the unknown here at 1.68, I would guess. So, because real Linux numbers tend to show that it's more of around 2% of devices that are running Linux. So, kind of interesting to see these numbers. See that Android and Windows grew by almost 1.5% each. That is an interesting observation. Like I said, I'm wondering about that Android number here, 3811. I would assume that would be higher than 38, and be higher than Windows for sure. But kind of interesting. Might have a thing with the one of the reasons might be the slowdown of the smartphone sales. I don't know. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.